Hello, my name is Debra Knight, and this is my video response to the VoiceThread discussion on dignity. What does it mean to be in the dignity business? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men and women are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. For me, what Thomas Jefferson wrote in the Declaration of Independence, that sums up dignity. Life, what does it take to live a quality life as defined by the individual, not society? That's dignity. Liberty, the freedom to be as independent as possible and to participate in making decisions about your own life. That's dignity. Pursuit of happiness, interactions and connectedness with friends, community, and access to your own dreams. That's dignity. Out of the 325 million people in the United States, approximately 20%, or 65 million, have disabilities. And the United States Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, those sentiments, they are for everyone. That's dignity. Now, the second question, what can you do in your role to be in the dignity business? I'm a elementary self-contained teacher. I work with kids kindergarten through 6th grade who are diagnosed with emotional disturbance. Primarily, these kids have severe behavioral problems. Now, although they're classified as ED, I find that a number of these students in my classroom have characteristics of autism spectrum disorders, ADHD, dyslexia. These behavioral challenges that stem from this is what makes it hard for them to acclimate to a general education environment. I think in order to support these students, in addition to working with them with their behaviors, I need to also help educate the general education population of teachers, staff members, support staff on what it is to be a child with a disability and how to work with them, rather than thinking that they're just bad children. I need to build up the self-esteem of these students, and I can do that by making them aware of people throughout history that had some of their similar characteristics and are successfully dealing with those challenges and overcoming them. I need to push for inclusion for these students with the right supports. I need to help build social relationships with these students. In other words, not just allowing them on the playground with their peers, but facilitating perhaps a basketball game if they like to play basketball, or a lunch bunch for Minecraft or Pokemon, or just whatever they're interested in, that they can reach out and participate with their neurotypical peers. That's dignity. I also want to produce a 2-page portfolio, if you will, to introduce these kids to other teachers in terms of their likes, their dislikes, what they're good at, something that tells them about the student other than just their disability. And then finally, working with providing education to the general population of students so that they understand that people with disabilities are just like them. And the next question is reflect on the first half of the course and discuss how you can be in the dignity business while upholding the 6 principles of IDEA. I believe that at its core, IDEA embodies the recognition and the truth that disability is a natural part of the human existence and not some stigmatizing condition. And because of that core, dignity is organically interwoven throughout all of the 6 principles of IDEA. And by ensuring that our educational institutions uphold the spirit of each of those principles and not just the letter of the law, you concurrently are ensuring that you remain in the dignity business relative to students with disabilities. Zero reject principle, making sure that there's no functional exclusion, appropriate evaluations, making sure that we don't inadvertently overclassify a specific group of students based on race. Free and appropriate public education, making sure that we value socialization in the general education classroom and not just academics. Individualized education program, not a generic program, but a specific IEP designed to meet the unique needs of the individual. Least restrictive environment, making sure that we don't allow teacher training, lack of resources, funding to artificially create a LRE environment. Procedural safeguards and parent participation. Parents should be involved in every aspect from beginning to end of the whole IEP process. They should be aware of their rights. And finally, grounded in what you learned in this module about parent participation and collaboration, how can you in your role work with families and be in the dignity business? I spend a lot of time with my parents. I make sure that I am accessible days, nights, weekends via my cell number. I work with parents to share with them the good that their kids do, not just the bad. I try to talk to staff members to let them know that my parents are not bad parents, which is really a lot of what you see being thought of with parents with kids with behavioral problems. And I try to connect parents to outside resources that can help them learn more about their child with disabilities. And that's how I can work with parents: communication, outside resources, and advocating for them in the classroom.